Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Uh, yeah, it's been a while. I think the last time I streamed was like Tuesday. But I'm here. Hi Ixer, hi Blurg. Uh, what? uh, yeah, it's been a hot minute. Have I been busy? I feel like I haven't even been busy. I just haven't been streaming. uh Listen, y'all. Okay, hold on. No, we gotta. All right, listen. First of all, my tummy is like achy. What do you mean, how dare? First of all, my tummy is achy. I I feel like the leftovers I ate, I don't feel great. Okay, and then listen. Yesterday, I went to dinner with my family, and we went to this restaurant we go to sometimes. What is happening? Uh, and this place is never really busy. Like, I don't know what to say. They're never really busy. So I go to dinner and I go there and the parking lot is popping. There's so many cars. Like normally the parking lot, maybe it has like 20 cars or something. Like it's not a lot. But today or yesterday it was packed. I was like, am I going to find a spot? And I found a spot, but it was so packed. And I go in and there are so many people in this restaurant. My family's right there, so I sit down. And the waitress tells us, like, we're like, wow, it's popping today. Like, we've come plenty of times and it's never been this busy. She was like, yeah, there's a birthday party here and there are 100 people for the party. And I was like, I don't even know 100 people. That's probably not true. I joked like, I just invite my whole squadron because my squadron at work is like 260 people. But that's so many people. They're like at all these tables. It's not like they're all together at one table. Obviously not. It's like it's a Chinese restaurant, which I don't know. I have this mental picture of like a traditional Chinese restaurant with like seats scattered throughout the place, and that's like how this place is. And so all these people are scattered everywhere. I'm like, how? At some point they like one of them rings a glass and they all sing happy birthday. My brother's like, yeah. I'm like, what is happening? It was insane. Anyway, that's what the leftovers I ate today were from that. And I didn't eat much of it yesterday. The meal was okay. I don't know, but I just don't feel good. There y'all go. There's the opening story for the day. Let me start the game. We're about to listen to DNCE Toothbrush, which is playing on my Spotify. Just kidding. We're not gonna do that. Before I get in trouble. Music came in super loud. Okay. Anyway, happy Sunday. We are like in the dead zone right now in terms of work. Like our last holiday weekend. This like past Monday. That's the last holiday we get until I think Juneteenth, I think, is our next one. So we got this dead streak of March, April, May. Oh wait, no. Memorial Day comes before Juneteenth, right? In May? Right? Is that right? I don't know, but it's a long stretch of no holidays, so woo, we're in the fun part of the year. All right, let me pull an affirmation card. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. There's plenty to do, you know. Want to know on a trip to Australia last 2.5 weeks. Just started streaming again today. About a terrible experience at a restaurant there. How terrible. I'm scared. How terrible. Al Hatham dropped his book. I'm looking at him. His book is like in his lap.
Creatures.
All right, anyway.
They are the pride of Fontaine.
How terrible.
Be sure to befriend them.
My team lead needs to go to Australia. Or like he is supposed to plan a trip there for work. Anyway. Couldn't be me. Could be me. Couldn't be me expensive. Served fine initially. They asked where they were from. Kept delaying bringing them their food. Oop. What? Dunsparce. Dunsparce is... Alright. We're gonna pull an affirmation card. That doesn't sound good, Ixer. That doesn't sound good. Discrimination based on them not being foreigners. Okay, I was like, not on them being foreigners. Yeah. The unfortunate reality, a lot of people are like that. Yikes. That's not really a fear of mine with traveling, but I do like have not expectations, but preparation for that happening if I ever travel, I guess. Options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Options. Bit of a concern of mine in Japan. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna lie, like that's probably the top country I was thinking about in terms of that. Probably. Granted, like, my top tier list of like countries to visit are like 2, so there are plenty I'd like to visit, but my one friend, actually, my one friend, I was her, I'm not wearing it today, but the bracelet she gave me, my one friend who I was a bridesmaid for, we were messaging and she was like, you want to go to Japan? And I was like, yes. And then she was like, let's do it. And I was like, this year? She's like, no, probably not this year, because that's where I think her and her husband, they just got married last summer. They haven't gone on their honeymoon yet. I think that's part of where they're going. But
I see the value in my own work.
Maybe next year for the cherry blossoms. Also, I need to visit her this year. I don't remember how long her and her husband are gonna live. They live in Utah right now, and I don't know how long they're gonna live there. But I need to visit them before they move. Going sometime this year? What? Oh my gosh. I have no idea what I'm doing. How much time? I checked my leave balance last pay period. I think I had 136 hours of leave. And I get 6 hours every 2 weeks. Wherever that puts me. Going to Card Party, Evo, Gen Con, and Japan this year. Okay, Blurg! The year of all the things. I was talking to my dad about Gen Con the other day, and I don't even know what he said. So we are where we are on that. But I think the 2 things that I'm thinking this year are Utah to visit my friend and Gen Con. But Gen Con would be like, no, it would be like nothing. Like that would be an almost nothing. Like I wouldn't have to fly. It's just a 2-hour drive. Like, so not a lot. All the hotels sold out. I would not stay in any of those. I would just stay far away. I showed you the pricing for hotels that were not like those downtown ones. Like I looked at the prices. So expensive. Uh Granted, I didn't choose the dates of Gen Con, but or I just start hitting up people that still live there from when I worked there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not social enough for that. But Gen Con would be a trip, but it would be like a nothing trip. I guess it does take time off work, but it wouldn't be mega expensive in terms of I wouldn't fly. The thing that would cost money are the tickets themselves and then the hotel. I guess gas, but it's a lot cheaper than a flight. Utah, I would definitely fly. Definitely fly to Utah. This is the text I just got. I have to read it to you all. Did you know everyone who has ever drank water has died?
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Anyway. No, my team is losing. Like, this is my wordscapes. My team was so close to this other team. Oh, they just overtook us by like 1,000 points. I'm not playing anymore tonight, so it is what it is. All right, let's switch over. Nervalette is calling us.
In my own work,
look at him.
But I also see
look at him.
In all the
also, Gaming and Shan Yun both hit Friendship 8. I guess a couple days ago. This is a couple days of work. So I speculated like 3 weeks left to get them to Friendship 10 from that day. A little less now. This is like a week's worth. Oh, maybe it was yesterday. This is like a week's worth of effort. And then 9 to 10 is like 2 weeks worth of effort. So should be they should be hitting Friendship 10 about the time our next patch comes out, which should be about 2 weeks. Oh, which means this should be the week we're getting. We should. What did y'all just see my cameras? Hello, why am I this is actually my old camera. Hi everyone. What, why did this tap into my old camera? Hello. I don't. I literally don't know why that did that, but we are where we are. All right. So we're 2 weeks till this rotates. 2 weeks from Tuesday. So then this Friday or like the end of this week, we should get the live stream, right? Right. So we'll get to see what's coming up in our next patch. Very exciting. We already know. Well, okay, I guess we can't say no because, you know, it's not like they gave us the timeline, but they did officially release Chiori's social media post thing. So I would think she'll be coming out. Oh no, look, I let my resin fill up. Oops. I thought I had logged in earlier too and condensed it, but I guess not. I hate that I have to literally log in the morning to make sure it doesn't fill up by the evening. So we're gonna just like power rush stuff. I think I've done all my boss fights. I went in order this week. Let me just check. But I think I did all my weekly boss fights. So I think the only thing I'll need to do on the weekly front is my bounties and requests. Yeah, done. So, let me do my dailies first. Hope y'all are doing great. Yesterday was so cold here. So cold. Like 20, like in the 20s. Today it got warmer. It started like 26 or something this morning. I don't even remember. And it got up to the 50s. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but checked my watch as if my watch would tell me. Actually, my phone will. Let's see. It's 48, says the weather. 48, but it feels like 44. Tomorrow it'll be 65. 54 to 65, so it'll actually be warm tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, it's supposed to thunderstorm, which I hate thunderstorms, but especially when I have to go out in them, because I will have to go to work. Yeah, it's gonna warm up here. I have a message on Twitch that says, "Hi, brother," from someone I don't know. Anyway. There's one. I didn't even hear the sound of it completing. I have a lot of stuff I need to do in Genshin, but I think what I might do is actually wait for them to like finish releasing Fontaine content and then just like do it all. I mean, like, I'm occasionally doing stuff every now and then here, but I definitely did that with Sumeru, which I wasn't streaming at that time. I don't remember when I started streaming again. Post all the hiatus stuff.
Settle down.
But I did like all this achievement hunting and like 100%ing stuff after like all the Sumeru content was out. I'm like mega behind now.
Skyward.
I think the worst thing in terms of streaming is like when I do like the world quests that aren't voiced. If they're voiced, we can sit here and listen to them. It's not that big of a deal. I do like read faster than like they talk and stuff, but I don't feel so bad streaming them talking. But like if it's like unvoiced content, I just want to like speed read through it, which I do, but that doesn't feel like very good stream content. And a lot of the world quests aren't that exciting anyway, like to put on stream. So like I don't really know. I don't know what I used to do like when the game first came out. Maybe I just like power read them and did them anyway. It just feels like horribly tedious content. But maybe I do it anyway.
Skyward.
I I do need to put probably an archer on my team. Sorry, I was like a little late today. I
As per
don't really
our
have no
contract.
excuse. I was literally like playing Power World, then I was like, I should eat dinner, and then I did eat dinner. But yeah, I took too long on Power World. I've been trying to like get all the pals, which I'm not even close to. Oops. Oh, today's dailies were pretty simple. We didn't have to speed through hide and seek with the kids. Ah! I caught plus soul.
Add as. Thank you for
Still waiting for the day someone makes this outfit for me. I will cosplay Ganyu. I love this outfit. It's so pretty. And look at those shoes. Look at those shoes. I love them. The real truth is that if I want to cosplay it, I'll have to make a costume myself. But we're gonna pretend I didn't say that and pretend that we live somewhere where someone else that's actually good at making costumes will do that.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward!
I don't know if I've done this recently. I have. It doesn't look like. Oh no, I haven't. Okay. I was like, I try to do this every 3 days since it's so like quick and simple. I do actually need to finish leveling or ascending Shan Yun. So maybe I'll take part of today to like gather these mats. I don't know. I forget how many I said there are in the world on any given day because I need a lot more for her. I need the 45 for this level, but then I need the 60 for this. Which that's a total of 105. Now I have 33 right now, or I'll have 34 here. But that's a lot. That's a lot. Good morning. Since today is Sunday and we have all of the mats available in the domain. Actually, there is one weapon I would like to finish. This one, which I need these. Oh, I don't need these. Okay. After I spend resin, maybe I'll go do this tracking. Any other weapon I'd like to ascend that I need just mats for? I'll do this bow. Let's just make sure I don't already have those resources. Happy Sunday. I was recently going through, oh, I put this in the Discord, but I was recently going through like old photos, just like clearing out my Google photos because it backs up like everything on my phone, like even like memes and stuff where I'm like, I don't really need to keep this. I just download a meme usually to share with people and then I don't need it anymore. But and this old profile picture I had, I used it on Twitch. I think it's my, is it still my Twitch profile? Here I go looking. I don't know if it is still my Twitch profile picture. It is. Okay. So I remember taking that picture. Because I made it like my profile picture on like everything, like Facebook and Twitch and everything. And I remember taking, because I had this cool fan. I think I had gotten it in California from like a store, and this cute headdress. And I remember taking the photo. I think it was like after church with my family, because I knew I wanted like a shot of the fan half covering my face, and I think I wanted my nails in it too, because I had nice nails at the time. Well, y'all know I love getting cute nails, but I found, hi Barney, I found like the date I took all the pictures. So I saw all the pictures besides just the what ended up being the profile picture. And I was wearing this shirt that was like kind of like low cut. I was like, I feel like you can see my bra in that shirt, which is whatever. Like, I think this shirt you kind of can too. Don't look, but I had to have gone to church with my family in that outfit. I was like, there is no way. Listen, y'all, I don't go to church, but I was going to church with them and that day, because that I remember those pictures. There's just this tree. I was like, oh, this will be a nice tree to take a picture in front of. I was like, oh, the audacity of me. I don't know. It was just wild. All right, let me see. Do I have enough of these? Oh, I already have enough of these, so I don't need to run that domain. How are you, Barney? Ta-da. Wait, hold on. I am as well as can be. Whatever that means. I'm living life. I'm here. That's what I like to say at work when I come in. How you doing? Oh, you know, I'm here. Oh, you know. I could probably do this one. Let me see if I have enough of these. What was that? Oh, that's the one you can craft in Fontaine. Oopsie. That's the one you can craft in Fontaine. Oh, yeah, I definitely have enough of these bad boys. Just finishing off old weapons. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what to do with my resin today. I don't want this. Why do I have it set to... There we go. Not Mona. I don't know what to spend my resin on today, so I was like, oh, I could do a weapon domain because they're all available today. Oh, I forgot to make more of these. I could run, I've just been running artifact domains lately, which I need to run. That's like the only thing you ever have to run. But resin on mats to build another wood sith for Nahida. Very fair. Very fair. Yeah, and now I'm just like, Sundays are like the good days for talent books. or like weapon ascension mats, since they're all available. They're not always all available. But at the end of the day, I should probably just run more artifact domains. Do I have any weapons on people I use a lot? No. No. Everything that I use on people, or people that I actually use, are already there. I do need to finish this weapon, but it's not the... I need to go farm an enemy for that, which I will do after this. How about this one? This one's Inazuma. The little coral. Oh wait, no, that takes hand guards. I hate. I would assume Meru one. Oh, maybe this one. Oh, this looks like I won't have enough. To bring it all the way. Yeah, I definitely won't. I'll do that weapon. Why this is on my Rosaria? Who knows? It was just something I had. This like makes 0 sense on her. Alright, I'll go run this domain. Because it's for burning, quicken, aggravate, spread, bloom, hyper bloom, or burgeon. And she's not going to trigger any of that. So why is on here? I don't know. Oh, this would have been a good one. Why did I skip this one? Oh, because this I can already... It's already there. It's already done. Or any of the weapons from the current battle pass, I guess. Or even this one, the end of the line. Oh. It's all those Sumeru drops that I hate getting. Okay, I'm just gonna run for these. Whatever. I just need something to spend my resin on. You know? We are where we are. Alright, if I could remember where the weapon mat domain is in Sumeru, since I never run it. Is it this one? Yeah. We're just doing things, I guess. What we're doing? Who knows? I don't know if I finished saying this, but I have to fold laundry. So, who knows how long this will... actually, what is in this domain? It's been a long time. Fungi, hydro, and dendro. Ugh. Actually, I always rely on Nervalet, but, well, can I still rely on him? Even if it's not ideal. What do they actually recommend here? Dendro and Electro. Okay. I'm gonna run double hydro. Let's see what happens. I may regret this. A Ghastly. You know, I don't know if shinies are in Pokemon community game. I feel like I've never got one.
Make way for the...
Be sanctified. Bow your head.
Wow, that went incredibly quickly. All right. I don't know why I was even worried.
Let the mighty be humbled. Silence.
I don't know why I was even worried. If things aren't like resistant to hydro, Nervalette just makes everything go so quickly.
The tides beckon. Settle down.
Ghastly escape. No. Using Nervalette, I feel like I struggle with the narwhal boss. Oh, I meant to do this. Fine.
Silence. Let the mighty be humbled.
I think it's resistant. I don't know, to everything, at least to hydro, because he struggles a lot with it. And then obviously anything that's immune to hydro is a struggle. I keep meaning to use her skill and I keep accidentally clicking the start button.
The tides beckon.
All right, that should be enough for this weapon. I don't really know what to do with the rest of the resin. I guess just condense it. I did my weekly bosses. Look how big our map is now, y'all, by the way. Remember when we started with just this? Well, we still have to scroll a little, but this, well, this, and then this. That was what we started with. Then we added this. And we added this. Or we were like, how are we even gonna get there? We added that. Excited to see what direction the map will go when Notland comes. Yeah. You know, when we got Sumeru, I didn't know what to expect. I'm sure there's been things that have given us plenty of hints. I don't know. I don't think too much about what's to come because I'm going to be surprised regardless. Like, anytime I have made my own speculations, I feel like I'm still surprised. Like, I would never have envisioned Sumeru. I remember thinking that when it came out. But we got the jungle region first. And I wasn't ready for the desert region. Like, I wasn't expecting the desert region. For some reason, Natlan, I thought would have desert. Which is not to say that Natlan will not have any desert, but like, I don't know. For some reason, this wasn't giving Dendroland to me. So I don't know what to expect. I'm probably, in my mind, envisioning Volcano somewhere. I'm sure they've given us plenty of hints. People can be like, well, here's some speculations, and they'll be right, but don't really even know much about what Natlan is supposed to be like. That's true. I guess I haven't I'm sure they've said things somewhere, and I know I've read some things in the game. And then they have shown us at least one Natlan character, I think, in like one of those previews they've done, but it'll be similar to Sumeru. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm like, to me, Natlan is Pyro land of the Pyro, and so originally I had like desert in mind. Isn't Bennett from Natlan? Is he? Is he? Like, I thought he was a Mondstadt. Like, is he?
Oh, ow.
Good-natured adventurer from
Where'd that come
Mondstadt.
from?
Yeah, I think he's from Mondstadt. Like, from. Like, he lost his family, but he's from. Isn't he? There are people that will know more than me. I don't know.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Does he have the
Oh.
Mondstadt look?
Oh,
For the wiki, he was raised in Mondstadt.
not.
He definitely was raised in Mondstadt, but if you were to tell me he was adopted from Natlan, I don't know if I would be surprised or not. Other than me not knowing that, but I think one of the previews they showed us characters from every region. So the ones we saw from Fontaine were Linny and Lynette. And at the time, people were like, "Is it one character you swap between the two?" And like, all these questions and speculations. But I think to me, in my memory, I feel like they previewed someone that looked a little bit like Sino. It was not Sino. Like, I would not confuse the two, but I thought they looked kind of like Sino. The person that they had previewed. We could probably look it up. It's from like their official content.
Ah, my apologies.
But
This heavy
I don't
rain
know.
must be quite
I
an
guess I
inconvenience
envisioned
for you.
desert, which again doesn't mean they can't have desert there, but and then aside from that, I still think volcano and lava. There has to be. I feel like volcano and lava. Maybe not. I don't know. And actually, jungle a little bit goes with that in the sense that, like, I don't know. I associate jungles also with volcanoes, but anyway. At the end of the day, I have no idea what to expect. We still have not quite a year. Not quite a year now for that, but what, August? We're waiting until August. Actually, so half a year. Half a year, right? Half a year for Natlan. Is that right? Definitely see there being some sort of volcano. I think there's some dialogue in game, and like, I think we've been given some dialogue. So people have probably done the smart people analysis, or whatever it takes to know this kind of stuff. But this is all just like stuff I'm pulling out of my butt, and probably some of what I'm thinking comes from stuff that I've read in game. I just don't remember it. But what am I doing? Oh, seeing if I've got enough of that material. And I'd open the map to teleport to a thing. And then I was like, look how big the map is. The map has grown so much. You can't even zoom out that much. Remember when this was Sumeru? Like the start of Sumeru? And we're like, wow, that's a lot. And then they said, boom! Look at this. Wow. And then suddenly, all this. And suddenly, yep. Which Fontaine isn't quite as large, although I think is there one more Fontaine area they have to go? Now Leeway is bigger because look at this. Now this is part of Leeway. Plus, they added the chasm area, like, after the original release of Leeway. Kind of this area. plus the actual chasm. I guess we have Enkanomiya for Inazuma too. Still waiting for the Mondstadt overhaul. I feel like there's been like rumors of a Mondstadt overhaul for a long time. Because Mondstadt hasn't really been touched at all. Like, this is what we started with for Mondstadt. And then they did add this. This is like the first edition. That's it. So it hasn't been touched since, when did this come out? 1.2? Like 1.2? Waiting for that Mondstadt overhaul. There's another area of Mondstadt that's coming up at some point. That's true. Because I don't know exactly where the region lines lie, but let's see. Maybe up here there's stuff. Actually, there's supposed to be a port for Mondstadt somewhere, right? Not this. Although we do have like a kind of dock here. What is this dock even for? Does this water go somewhere, or does this end? Like, where does this go? Nothing connects Mondstadt to the sea. I have a lot of questions.
It's over.
A lot of questions. I don't know why I came to Sumeru for this. It's a longer walk. All right. I need 4 of these. Let's hedge our bets and hope Ayaka can make another one. She did. I can get 4. Well, I can get 5 now. Oh, well, okay. And these. Oh, I'm actually low on these. Look at this. Might have to go fight Ruin Drakes. Good point. Wonder if there's some ocean access north of Cider Lake. Yeah, I have questions. I might actually have to fight some Ruin Drakes. Alright, fighting stream. Y'all weren't ready for this. I say that, but maybe I will. I'll finish this weapon, and I'll finish this weapon. All right, that's today's goal. I'm gonna do my weeklies. Oh wait, I have to burn the rest of this resin. I'm just gonna condense it. Oh, I have 7 hours on this bad boy. All right, hold on. We're gonna condense 5 more. For what? I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. Because I'm about to lose this transient resin. Oh boy. Time to pick another weapon. Let's see. How about a prototype Rancor? Need the pearls. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough of these right now. All right, let me run that domain, I guess. Oops. It's this one, right? Yeah. A Tyrogue. Let's see. Natlan will come out this year. Like late this year.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They
We
are
just
the
have
pride of Fontaine.
Shinaya.
Be sure
Have
to
we really
befriend
made it to the end? I mean, we're still talking another year and a half. And then, of course, that year for Snezhnaya to grow. But have we really made it that far? We got 2 regions the first year. And then our second year, we got Inazuma. And our third year. And now our 4th year. Wow. We have come a long way.
And cause...
Oh, wait. What do we fight here? Electro. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to run Farina and Nervalet. Good luck! I say that as if I'm not the one playing right now. As if it's not relying on me. It'll be really interesting to see what comes after Snezhnaya. It's true. Do we get Celestia? Who knows? Who knows? But we're talking 2.5 years for that, right? Or, okay, well, half year, then we'll get Natlan. Then another year, we get Snezhnaya. That puts us to the 1.5 years. And then if we give Snezhnaya the whole year, 2.5-ish, for whatever they're gonna do after that. Which is quite a while.
Look at me. Are you here to play with me?
Alright, that went well enough. Give me the the gold pieces. The top tier pieces.
Striker, you are.
Be sanctified. Bow your head.
Let me look at me. Just here to play. Assistance. Shine.
Can't wait for Celestia to be a real place rather than that little thing in the sky that doesn't move or do anything.
Let the mighty be humble. Settle down.
Here to play with me. Look at me.
Not multitasking, watching 2 streams at once while on the game. Hi, Scenics. How are you? Give me the gold pieces.
Be sanctified. Silence.
There you are, eavesdropper. Assistance. Shine.
Be cool to get to Celestia. First thing I'm doing is jumping off the edge and seeing how long it takes me to glide down to the surface. We'll make that one achievement for gliding for 2 minutes, or it's not that long, but for however long. Very achievable. They'd probably make it so if you jumped off Celestia, you just die.
Are you here to
Can't wait to see my brother again. Dang. Where's my brother been?
There you are.
Remember when we forget about him every time anything comes up in the game? Remember getting the gliding from Star Snatch Cliff to the island off the coast of Mondstadt. Oh, I feel like I did mine with I feel like I did mine in Dragon Spine, honestly. But I could be wrong. Did you see Poop Overlord 2? Ain't no way, Scenics. We forgot about our brother, remember? Every time we're just like, let's make a movie. Let's Let's celebrate Lantern Right. Gaming, let's help you with your father-son relationship. Don't worry. My brother? You know. You know. Who's that? Who even is that? Oh, remember when this is a fizz dam weapon? I never use fizz dam builds. Present. Hi, Tipsy. How are you? Lumine's the worst private investigator ever. Totally slacking. Okay, but we are due. We are due for our traveler story soon, right? Because we have hit the end. Or do we have any more? Do we have one more? Hold on. No, we've hit the end of Fontaine chapters, right? Where's right? We hit the end. So we're due for our traveler story, right? Right? Oh, wait. Are we gonna get some interlude stuff? Wait. We had 3 Mondstadt and 3 Leeway. Then we had a traveler chapter. And we had 4 Inazuma. An interlude chapter with a traveler story and another interlude. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sumeru with an interlude chapter that was still like Sumeru. And then a traveler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're at the end, right? One more Fontaine expansion coming and another Archon quest. Oh, damn. Look where we are. Oh, interesting. They arranged it by your region. So she's back here. Oh, I guess Baiju is the same way. I didn't realize it wasn't just like by release. Y'all like how Nahida and Raiden and Yoimiya and Zhongli are our 4. I think that's it. Our 4 characters that have 2 stories. They said Farina, to be fair, Fontaine just came out. They said Archon? Yeah, you get 2. Archon? Yeah, you get 2. You're not an Archon, but you get 2. You're an Archon, you get 2. Venti, suck eggs. Also, they never brought the Ludi Harpastum event to Mondstadt. They carried. Tipsy, what? Forgot about Venti. No, for real. They said, Venti, kick rocks. The other Archons, Yoimiya gets the 2nd chapter. You just, yeah, kick rocks. Yoimiya has been like the star of quite a few events now. And she's got 2 chapters for herself. Now, Venti has appeared in quite a few events, but I said no extra story for you. Anyway, I wish that these included the actual cutscenes, these archives, because y'all know what cutscene I would watch over and over and over again. Where's the part? Or is it the finale? Yeah, it's a cutscene. Is it in this one? No, it's in this cutscene around here, I think. Wait. Oh, it's right here. Why? I want to play
Things
this
being as
cutscene
they
so
are.
bad.
Surely you know that I couldn't.
Anyway. Umiya gets really bad banners though. Always run her alongside an Archon or some other character that everyone wants. Yeah, we should look at character rates. Actually, Akasha's website isn't the best because it's only based on who actually puts themselves in the Akasha. I'm pretty sure. Cause like when I go to the Akasha's website and look at how many characters have, Shenhe is a very low amount. My Shenhe is in the top 4% out of 134k like people that have her. But if you compare me to Nervalet, I'm in the top 20%, but there's only 15k people with him. Yeah, this is just people that put themselves into the Akasha. This doesn't really count. Womp womp. Let me see. For Yoimiya, there's 48.8k people listed. Again, that's only if people put themselves in the Akasha. Otherwise, you don't even see it. Unfortunate. Somewhere probably has actual numbers. Remember when Yoimiya first released, swore I'd never ever pull her. Year later pulled her, and even now she's one of my most used characters. Really? She bannered alongside Sayu. Well, like Sayu is a 4-star, and that was Sayu's release. I like her character, but I didn't know much about her when I rolled for her. I was just rolling for her to roll for her and Sayu. And I like her character, but I already had Hu Tao at the time. This is my main pyro DPS. I don't need another main pyro DPS. I rolled for her, and I got her. And I did not get Sayu. I rolled so much, I got a constellation before I got Sayu. That was how bad my Sayu rolls are. And now I have Sayu maxed out. I don't know why. But anyway, there's a story of my Yoimiya. Very sad. My Albedo actually is another character that probably one of my earliest like event 5 stars that I have a constellation on. I never use him. Why am I like this? There are characters that I actively use that I could use constellations for. But instead I have constellations for characters I don't use. I don't think I do for her. Why? Why am I like this? Who knows? You know? We are where we are. Anyway, don't be like me. Lost to Chitiu and Xiao first release. My first 5-star. My first, oh wait, we can see it in my first ever 5-star was, here are my options. Or here are my options, I guess. Pitching. Put her in jail and quit the game. Hey, no. See. Pitching. My first ever 5-star. 9/28/2020. Not a bad first 5-star. Yeah, I used the heck out of her at the beginning of the game. I haven't touched her since. So see, I drew her the day after I started. Mine was D-Luke. I was super stoked. D-Luke, I think, was my second. But you can see it took me about 2 weeks to get him. About 2 weeks. I was super excited because I love him. Oh, actually, I lied. Venti. Venti was my next 5-star. I forgot we had a banner. Like an event character. But then D-Loop. And then you can see, oh, Mona. I got Mona the same day. I don't even remember that. Jean was my latest. Like standard banner 5-star. She came day after my birthday, apparently. 2021. So, as over half a year the game went by. I was streaming Genshin regularly back then. So. A Shellis! Am I gonna get the Shellis? I hit the caps button. Are you ready to see me yell? As an accident, but there y'all go. Oh! Ow! I just bat my finger. Nail. Alright, anyway. Gina's second standard. Got her on Christmas of 2020. Get down a notch. Oh, I was pulling on the Cleaver and I got D-Luke. I was like, yes, because I really didn't want Clee. Very fair. Clee came 10 days after D-Luke. He is. You can see I pulled Venti. I don't know why I was rolling and then I pulled a D-Luke. Kind of hard to tell between these two. But you can see that I played the first day, got Amber, and then I came back the next day and got the rest of the characters. Well, these two. Played more of the story. Rolled a Kaching. Should have got Noelle that day too. Yep. Official. Barbara. Razor. Yeah. And I worked. And the Abyss. Got a Shongling. I did end up rolling Klee. Came out. Oh, Diona was our first 4-star, like released 4-star after the originals. You can see the pattern here. There's that. We got Xinyan. Zhongli. It's like a 3-week pattern. This one was a little longer. This one is like 3-week pattern. 3-week pattern. Ain't no way to see. Only a few pulls away from a 5-star on standard. If I don't finally get my Mona, I'm gonna cry for a week straight. That was me with Jean. I was doing a lot of rolls back then. It took me over half a year for her. But I did get her just in time to give her her outfit. Just in time. I guess that was like a month. A little more than a month. But alright, what the hey diddle was I doing? Oh, what was I doing? Did I finish that weapon? I did, right? Hello. Two brain cells work together. Oh, I need to... I did not. I need to go over here and use this. When will the left foot be added? Ain't no way. Is that his right foot? Is that his right foot? That is his left foot. That is his left foot. Early days with Jean were great. I think I mentioned you could use her to yeet co-op peeps off clip. Then she got nerfed. Oh yeah, I remember when the game first came out and people were showcasing her. They called it Klee Ball. And they had two Jeans tossing Klee between each other. Yeah. Oh man. When the game first came out, I was streaming back then. And we would just like come into the world and just like break the game in all the ways we could. They've made the game a little bit more resilient nowadays. You can't quite break it as fun as you could before. But I remember when Nahida released, they had the Nahida like speed swing float bug and stuff, and yeah. Harder to break now. It is indeed. We would always go underwater. Like, we would break it so we would walk on the surface of the, like, under the water on the on like the bottom of the ocean. And the game broke, so it didn't realize you're underwater. And then we clip through the world and fall through the world. We had a lot of fun times breaking the game. What am I trying to do? I know I need these. Used to clip through the floor. Fun times. Oh man, there's that place in Leeway where like you have to like, I forget what you have to do, but there's like 8 pillars and you have to like, I don't even remember what you have to do something. You have to like find something to bring to those 8 pillars or something, and then it opens this place where you can go underground, and I think you fight something and then you get some treasure chest or something. But we broke it so that you could just like go down there without doing all that pillar stuff. I think we might have opened the chest too. We were breaking the game. First Summer Island area. Remember you could clip underneath the sea. Oh, the early days of Genshin. Do I actually miss it? Or is it just nostalgia? Who knows? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to make these. I need 4 of these. And I have enough. There it is. Oh, I got 5. Oh, I need to make more of these. I guess I thought I had made a lot of them, but I guess I didn't. Now we have things like TCG. Would not have imagined that when the game first came out. There's that. Another weapon done.
Water comes
All
in
right,
many
so let me
flavors
do
to-
the bounties and requests in Fontaine. And then I'll track down those mats for those 2 weapons. I was like, I'm gonna finish these weapons. And then that may be it. I don't know. This is probably not the team I want to take to this fight. Huh. You can do this one. Actually, I wonder if it's immune to any of these elements. Oh, we're gonna find out.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Good news. It's not.
Temple of Wisdom. Yeah. Commit it to memory.
Shine down.
I'm trying to think of all the other nostalgia things about the game. I don't know. The game has just changed and grown so much. Oh gosh. In 3 oh, I guess 3 and a half. We're almost there. 3.5 years time. We're not quite at the halfway point, but nearly 3.5 years time. It's been a long time coming, huh? If you, I did this exact same thing with Sumeru, but if you had asked me, is this what you expected of Sumeru? You know, before it was out, I would say no. And then Fontaine, same thing. I didn't have expectations. I feel like you can't. Like, I'm trying to think of things that I had any sort of speculation about in my brain. Like an idea. And how wrong I was. but I feel like there have been plenty of them. Like, I never know what to expect with Genshin. I know there's a lot of leakers and stuff, so like, if you want to know stuff, you can maybe find stuff. I don't know. I don't really tune into those, tap into those. I don't really know things with that. So I can't say if there's a lot out. I literally don't know. But whether there's a lot out there and whether they're accurate, all that aside, I don't really have any expectations ever. I just kind of go in and then I'm blown away every time there's content. It's like a nice surprise all the time. All right. What am I doing? Oh, my bounties and requests are like the 12th time at me. That's good. Do request real quick. I never would have envisioned swimming in the game like this because of what we've had in terms of swimming before.
The statue was seen
Remember,
by royal decree.
Illusion shattered.
Or the fact that you wouldn't drown in Fontaine. Wouldn't have pieced that together. We have 2 regions left to go, and we are getting no more male Archons. We got exactly 2 male Archons out of 7.
Make yourself a room.
Actually, can we consider Nervalette our Archon now?
This made her deliver.
I don't know, but I guess Fontaine threw a real wild loop into the story of the game. I feel like I was like baffled every second of the story. Hold on. Like, we'll go back to this. I remember Act 1. I was blown away. Like, at the end of it, I was not ready. I was not ready for someone that, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't done all of Fontaine's story stuff. Shut your ears. I wasn't ready for someone to die at the end of the first act. Blown away. Cliffhanger. Lost. Scared, afraid. And then doing all our investigating and stuff here. And just like, I remember being blown away by this. And this. I'm forgetting my acts now. There was one act, the beginning of the jail one. Yeah, this one where I was like, eh. Because we then had the next act that then I was blown away with. And I think I was blown away and cliffhanger see here. This one, this is like, yeah, this is the start of the Mirapede stuff, right? But then it led into this, which definitely blew me away. And then, of course, our last act blown away. Like every second of Fontaine, I feel like I was blown away. I guess I told you there was one act there where I was like, eh. But honestly, it's like everything with Fontaine was so
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
so different, so much, so like I don't know. I was just on the edge of my seat every second. Okay. Of Fontaine's story. And I think like the Genshin community has talked about this, where like Mondstadt had a pretty riveting story. Like Mondstadt was the first thing we're introduced to. So like now we're much further. So like Mondstadt's story and stuff like kind of pales in comparison to stuff now, but we are again like 3.5 years in. But Mondstadt had a pretty riveting story, and then Leeway had quite the story, and then people were not that impressed with Inazuma. And then Sumeru brought it back. Sumeru's story, I remember being like pretty on edge, like there for all of it. And I feel like Fontaine even more so. Like there was no part of Fontaine. I don't know what this was, week 2 or not week 2. We're just running into thing.
By royalty.
Seems like an emergency.
Mondstadt has the most secrets. What do you mean?
Share my knowledge. Everyone hold hands. Shine down.
Phoenix, have you finished Fontaine's story? Over here talking about
Committed to memory.
the story and stuff. Alright, we did that thing. Oh, all these guys came over to fight me.
Test subject.
Alright, well that guy can hang out over there. Phoenix, I need you to catch up on all the story. All the main story stuff. Alright. I don't know what this was week 2 or not. This might be the one where I can't bring. Well, we're gonna find out. Alright, Dendro works.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Taking a turn for the better.
Make yourselves at home. Shine down.
Oh, we're good. It's both the Dendro and Electro work. So we don't have to worry about that. Alright. Let me turn this in and then let me try to get those mats for the weapons. Okay. Woo. Sorry. Oh, that's right. There has to be more Fontaine because we still have to get the Arlecchino chapter, right?
It should be fine.
Which we haven't gotten to yet. All right. Let me track down the mats for this weapon first because I've been sitting on this weapon forever and ever and ever. We're already tracking it apparently. me run my freeze team, I guess. Or maybe my speed team. We'll change this to
As per
know.
our contract.
on you or something. A little freeze, a little speed. Actually, Ayako would have been better, but track down these drops that I've been very lazy about. My phone alert says pay rent. I don't want to. Would anyone like to pay my rent? Anyone? Anyone? No? Either.
Still can't guard them.
This is not where I need to go.
Born of ice and frost.
Let the mighty be humbled. Silence.
I don't miss collecting these. Good news, y'all. My stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Actually, it does a little bit. A little bit. Don't miss fighting the ruined serpent. Although it's in the abyss right now, so I guess I do have to fight it anyway. I haven't finished Fontaine Archon Quest yet. Phoenix.
No
It's
touching.
so good.
Settle down.
Phoenix.
Access denied.
Silence.
Fontaine's story has definitely been like overarchingly my favorite so far. I don't know. I mean, I guess you would kind of maybe expect that, given like, you know, theoretically games will get better over time. Haven't been down to the chasm in a really long time. Yeah, me either, really. I don't, you know, I wanted to finish this weapon, so here we are. Whoever thought I'd be back here. There's like a good spot for these guys that have like 3 of them, and I can't remember where it is. And unfortunately, the tracker does not like actually give you all the locations.
No touching.
Bow your head.
For Rex Lapis.
Sort of a hidden wall. Yeah, I trying to remember where the heck that is.
Silence.
Oops. It's a really good spot to collect these. Wonder how I'm doing in terms of numbers. I need 5 more of these, but you can combine the smaller ones for it. I don't. If only I remembered things from the chasm. If only. I remember for the longest time struggling to figure out how to get up here and then how to activate this. You just have to jump. Like I was like, it's upside down. You just have to jump, I think. to like mark that waypoint. I could just Google it, or I could just run through what this book will tell me and call it a day. I almost killed Xian
Access
Yun.
denied.
My bad.
The tides beckon.
Call of victory over despair is the greatest dejection of all. I kind of like reading what they say when they die. They all say something different. What the? I think I went the wrong way. It's up the one waterway. I think I need this waterway over here.
Skyward! Scatter!
Also, our intro to fungi in the chasm.
No touching. Access denied. All hail.
Remember when we were collecting these fungal drops and didn't know what they were for?
Bow your head.
I was like, but these aren't even used for anything. Little did I know they would be so crucial in Sumeru. And I would cry about them every day. I guess to be fair, the Spectre drops are actually the worst, but...
Born of ice.
Be sanctified. Silence.
Jester of bloody tears. The echoes of the end will never subside. I really wish I remember where that wall with like 3 of them is. That is a great thing to collect. Remember using Pyro to farm them? And when I got to Sumeru, they were all worthless and had to refarm them. No, for real. Those other drops are... I have so many of them. Actually, because I stopped using Pyro on fungi. And some weapons do actually use these. But these just like dropped so much. Like, these I've used so much. Like, I have a lot now because I haven't been using them like I should be, but... I just killed Nervalette.
I see the tempered waters of eons past.
Hidden walls at the very back of the chasm. Is it? My memory is Garbo. We had a great time there. It was a great time.
For Rex Lapis.
Fine. We'll heal up a little bit here. You know what? We might actually, you know what? We're gonna chow it up a little bit. Oh, wow. Alright, well. We're on Tavon. Yep, we're in the chasm. Don't you miss the chasm?
No touching.
We're in Tavon. It's true. It is in fact under the ground. A Vanillite. Remember when they made Pokemon? Like ice creams? Like floating ice creams? Journey to the center of Tavon. Alright, let's see. Over here, maybe? Is this where the wall is? This does not look right. I thought it was near a waterway. If I'm being honest. Oh, my lord. Like, there's like a waterway, and if you walk up the path somewhere, there's that breakaway wall. This is where the seawall is? You're right near it. What do you mean? Am I? I turned around, so I'm probably no longer near it. I thought it was near a waterway. Oh, is this the guy I need right here? What is this? Hello? I do need this man.
Born of ice and frost.
Settle down.
Is forward and to the left of the teleport. Warp to, alright. Well, he will warp again.
Silence.
Oh. Oh! Okay, I just messed up everything on my computer. I didn't mean to click that. Alright. He dropped nothing! I've been had. I have been had. That's when I'm leaving. I'm never coming back.
Bow your head.
If they played me. They played me. No, don't even look at me. Not under the... You know what? Some you win, some you lose.
Access denied.
You know?
Silence.
I've given up. Never doing this again. Alright, hold on. Okay. Forward and to the left. Go right here. Is it this wall? Let me in! Oh, it is this wall! We did it! We did. Barney led us the correct place. There is water all the way down there, so. I thought there was somewhere else, though, that has two of these that's actually near a waterway.
Settle down.
I thought. That's what I get for thinking. I have 2 brain cells. I can't be expending them on thoughts. Thank you, Barney. This is the ultimate. I don't know that I have enough of these drops, but now I will forever remember this until I forget. No, that guy's looking at me. Don't look at me. Oh, what? I thought there was another one along one of the waterways, but like with 2 of them. I was already over here, right? As if yes, this is. Yeah, I think I fought one over here already. Yeah. It is what it is. You know? You can only do so much. Let me recharge my Lumen Stone I don't have equipped. Alright, let me see what I did. And then the one other weapon I wanted to finish was the... Oh, I need to get the Ruin Guard drops. Or the Ruin... No, the ones from Sumeru. Ruin Drakes. I think. Wow, her 10% did not do me the 10%. Wow, her 10% did not go off once. Let's see if that was enough. I've been had. Okay. Another day, another dollar, y'all. Oh, okay, wait. I'm not finishing that today. But I don't care. Let's finish this one, though. And then I think I'll be done for today, I guess. These are just like the extra things I tacked on because I was like, well, may as well knock them out. Oh, look at this! I've never been here in my life. Apparently. This guy's trying to fight me and I'm just trying to break that.
Born of ice and frost.
I don't know how many of these I need to fight. I think I only needed like 3 more of the top drops. Good morning, everyone. Oh, look, I'll go get that over there. I used to always mark. I can do it right now. I used to always mark where those crystals can appear.
Worthless. Access denied. Blaze over.
Settle down.
Right now, I don't even have a claymore in my team. So I drop Shao for a claymore. Oh, you know what? I can pop Sayu in this team. Sayu doesn't have quite the mobility of
Can I go
Shanji,
catch
but
up on my sleep?
he does have a claymore. I'm so ingrained to push X to like drop when you're climbing something. Like all the accidental times I've tried to climb Zhongli's pillar in the middle of a fight. That Pow World, I keep trying to push X if I'm climbing something and I'm trying to like drop. You in fact do not push X in that game to do that. I'm just so used to it. Who's joining my world? Mundus Falsus. Benny, y'all.
Bow your head.
No? Alright. Oh, we always have to kill fungi when we see them because I always need their drops so very badly. Every time I play the game. Never a day goes by I don't need fungal drops. In fact, I'm taking fungal spore donations. Hit me up.
For Rex Lepus.
Those stupid Spectre. Oh, true. Spectre drops actually are the true worst. But for me, the critical things that I am always needing. Spectre drops. And they're the worst. Fungal drops. Pretty bad. Handguards from Inazuma. Um, the the Fontamer, Abyssal Fontamer, the water creature enemies in Fontaine. That are drops. Uh, Whopper flower is kind of not quite as critical, but if I see one and I'm kind of there, I might fight it. Yeah, I think I hit all the ones that are. Notice how none of those were Mondstadt or Leeway enemies. None of them. Surprise. They didn't play us like this until Inazuma. Those hand guards. And then the Spectre drops. Alright. Hold on. I haven't done my Genshin daily check-in. Y'all want to see me get a letter? Here we go. Also, do y'all want to hear our Kazuha line? Here we go. We'll get our little Kazuha line.
The wind has ceased. The world is silent, so now is the best time to rest well. See you tomorrow.
We love Kazuha. Really, we get that a lot, probably because I'm over here listening to his voice line at night. Kazuha poetry. We do love Kazuha poetry. There it is. There, I just did my daily login. Did y'all see? Got my letter. Got my letter. Now we need more Kazuha. Hold on. Temporary Kazuha pause. Make good voice line. We like the birthday one.
I heard it was your birthday, so I wrote a haiku for you. Unfortunately, I'm not the most talented in this area, and after trying for several evenings, I was still only able to come up with the first 2 lines. I guess I'll just share what I've got so far then. Sun and moon rejoice. Birds of dawn sing songs anew. Wait, don't say a word. I think the final line is coming to me. Yes. How about far from home with you? Anyway, happy birthday. Let's go and get you some cake, shall we?
We love Kazuha. Sun and moon rejoice. Birds of dawn sing songs anew. Far from home with you. Aww. Oh my gosh, we love Kazuha. Okay, now we're crying about letters. Still to this day, I think my favorite birthday letter. I have a couple that I like a lot, but thankfully they made this archive system in time for this. This is for you. This is Bennett's from 2021. My dad's gave me a huge piece of cake to celebrate my birthday. Problem is, my real birthday only happens once every 4 years. We're about to get his birthday. We're about to get his real birthday. We're about to get his real birthday. Are y'all ready to celebrate Bennett's real birthday? Bennett's real birthday. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Well, let's finish reading this one. Problem is, my real birthday only happens once every 4 years, so I feel bad about getting gifts today. Without everyone looking after me, I'd surely have ended up alone in some forgotten corner of the world. No way I'd be as happy as I am today. So, I prepared some gifts for them in return, and I also got something for you. You're important to me too. I want to show you how thankful I am. Also, he's writing a letter, so why is there like a stutter in his letter? If I could make a wish today, I'd wish for you to keep me company on my real birthday too. Oh, right. The egg might look slightly charred, but I'm sure it's perfectly edible. I cooked an extra portion to try myself before giving one to you. It's totally safe. So tuck in. It is on leap day. Yup. Bennett's birthday is the 29th of February. They did him dirty. Also, this might actually be my favorite birthday letter. I got you some crystal flies. There is nothing for me to do today, so I decided I would find a crystal fly for you to put in your hair. Aww. I thought that it would look nice. The next thing I knew, I had caught several more than I intended. I hope you do not mind. If you wish to meet me, speak my name. I do not care much for birthdays and celebrations, and I do not wish to be around large groups of people. To be able to spend some time with you is enough. Aww. Benny, Alexa, dictate this letter for me. Xiao has a secret crush on the traveler. Secret? Xiaomin. My Xiao ship is actually Ganyu. I've shown y'all that before, but I do like the Xiaomin. The Xiaomin. D-Luke was like my favorite character at the beginning of the game, but D-Luke's birthday message was not quite as exciting. Oh, you was shipping Ganyu and Shinha? What? No. Have you been well? This year's fruit harvest is superior to previous ones on every front. I wanted you to experience the fine flavor at the first opportunity, so I have mailed you the choicest apple cider. You will find it enclosed. I trust that your travels are going smoothly. By the way, he mailed us 5 apple ciders somehow in the mail. I trust that your travelers are going smoothly. You will undoubtedly encounter the unexpected from time to time, where the most important strength is knowing how to adapt, with having a capable assistant as the second. I have seen how you handle things. Quite simply, it's remarkable. Thus, I need not worry about how you are faring. You have many admirable qualities. In particular, your ability to unite people is awe-inspiring. These days, I often find myself drawing lessons from you when reflecting on myself. This is a novel experience for me, but also an enjoyable one. I am forced to conclude that I must proceed forward with greater determination. Though we may not share the same end goals, our paths are intertwined nonetheless. Thus, I shall join you on your journey. To be fair, like 90% of all the messages are kind of sweet. Honestly, I feel like over time they've gotten a little more silly funny than like this like super sappy sweet that I feel like we had more in the beginning. Oh, here's my birthday. Happy birthday, traveler. Remember when we get a cake from every region for our birthday? You're not wrong about the letters. Remember how we get a letter or a cake from every region for our birthday? The next one I should get is the Sumeru cake. Here's because my birthday is in May, so it's quite a bit after the game first came out. There's our Mondstadt cake, our Leeway cake, Inazuma cake, and then I'll get my Sumeru cake coming up here in a couple months. My friend has sent me the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh no, it's so bad. Anyway. Okay. But yeah, my Sumeru cake should be coming up here in a couple months. Woo! Alright, anyway. Let me finish fighting these and finish that weapon. And then I'll be done for the day. Pretty light session today. Is this underground? Oh, okay. I was gonna be mad. I was like, it did not indicate it was underground.
Bow your head. Justice is blindsided.
Remember when Dendro did not exist? For a long time. Dendro. A whole element. Like it existed, but it didn't really exist. For a long time. Those are dark days in me. We finally got Dendro. With Sumeru. I remember all the rumors of like Dendro's gonna come out in this patch 1.4. Dendro's gonna come out in this patch, like not until Sumeru. Look at this. This thing's nearby and it did not tell me to come over here and fight it. Also, I pronounce Sumeru. I feel like it's might be like Sumeru or you know, not whatever I'm saying. And how I tend to pronounce things wrong.
I'm out of here.
Silence.
I'm gonna go get look at that fungi that missed this whole fight. We're gonna fight. Oh, and remember when they did an Electro rework? Oh man. We've been through a lot, huh? But where's the Mondstadt rework? I'm waiting. Like I said, they haven't touched Mondstadt. Remember the Zhongli buff? Yup. Zhongli buff too. Yup. They were like, everyone was mad when he came out. They're like, he's the Archon and he sucks. They reworked him. To this day, he's still my best shielder.
The tides beckon. Settle down.
Oh, and they had to rework weapon banners, which I can't remember how long it took them to do that, but the weapon banner, I complain about this every time we talk about the weapon banner. Used to suck so much worse. Like, it's still kind of bad, but so much worse. You literally could never guarantee the special weapon that you wanted, ever. Because you could just win the other weapon, and then you could lose your 50-50. Then you could win the other weapon, and then you could lose your 50-50, etc., for forever and always. Horrible, horrible, horrible. One of the mad ones accidentally pulled him and was so... I refused to build him. They buffed him and I was like, alright, let's see what he can do. That's so funny. I don't even remember how he used to be. I definitely pulled him. I've never been a Geo person lover. Plus, like, I was always like, well, if I can just heal through stuff, I don't need shields. But he's, to this day, still my best shielder. So, like, when I need shields, he is my go-to. Weapon banner was awful in those first few months. Did it only take them a few months to change it? Because it was awful. It was awful. Mind you all, it is still pretty awful, but it is not the awful that it once was. Because you can at least eventually get the weapon you're going for. Even if it takes you a couple of failures. Actually, y'all can see. I have this weapon. 4. Because I think I was going for this. I don't know, but I remember going for this and losing quite a bit. Main Ning Wong for the first year. Eventually, he wormed his way onto my team. Only was rough before the buff. He got a lot better after. Really? I remember people were mad, but I literally couldn't tell you really how he worked before it. Or really how he worked after. Like, I know how he works now, which is after, but just, like, I don't know the comparison. Just that people hated him prior to the rework. And how they had to rework him literally as soon as he came out. I think Fischl got a rework at some point, question mark? I know Electro in general did, but I think Fischl herself had a rework. Oh wait, there's something here. Oh, I don't want that. Thought I was gonna land on that tree branch and die because I fell a pretty far distance there. I should just be Shao if I'm gonna
Born of ice and
land
frost.
this far.
No touching.
Be sanctified. Silence.
I'm tired of fighting these. We probably have enough drops at this point, but here we are. Rework made building him for HP a lot more worth it. Made Geo-Resonance a lot better. Yeah, that sounds right. Or rather, like I don't really remember how he changed, but I do vaguely remember those things changing in him. Like I can't tell you the true impact. Like I can't tell you that I used him before it and like know exactly how mine changed, but
This is long overdue. Born of ice and frost. No touching.
Settle down.
changed his shield too and mostly improved it. That's what I thought. Like he's just a lot better to build post. Well, duh, but
Ah, my apologies. This heavy rain must be quite an inconvenience for you.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry. Ian is okay. I don't want to climb this. I'm about to just this one can just kick rocks. Inazuma, I think, gets pooped on a lot for its story being like trash garbage. But let me tell ya, Inazuma brought my favorite character, Kazuha. He's such a bean. I'm trying to think in terms of events, the events I've really loved. I loved this year's Lantern Rite. Actually, Lantern Rite every year has probably been like one of the best events every year. I really liked that Inazuma event. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the Inazuma event where there were yokai and one of the games you could play was like a paddle ball kind of brick break game. I really loved that event. I'm trying to think. Non-story, like necessarily story intensive events that I've liked too were like the original tower. Although they've changed the tower a lot post that first one. A Phalanx! We're just all up in the nostalgia today.
Access denied. Born of ice and...
Let the mighty be humble. Bow your head.
Man, it feels like there's a lot more of these than the last guy I was fighting. Unsurprising, I suppose.
Next on the agenda, Blaze Over.
Settle down.
Alright. I don't want to fight these anymore. The rest of them can kick rocks. Good morning, everyone. I'm here. Why am I here? Oh, for these. Do I have enough of these? Who knows? 10% chance. Her 10% chance has been failing me a whole heckin' lot. Okay, that one gave me 2. It hurt me. Alright, I think I can finish that weapon, at least. Here it is. There it is. Yay! I did something with my day. Alright. With that, let me go ahead and, oh. Remember when I meant to switch to that team and I did not. Let me just double check that I did all the weekly stuff.
I see the value in my...
Which this won't necessarily tell me, but... yeah, all these things are cleared out.
own work. But
Nice. Alright. Head on over here. And then let me see who's on. Then we can do a little raid. Oh. Hold on, we got a random event.
Be sanctified.
Did I fall off the cliff? I thought I was
Bow
gonna
your
fall
head.
off the cliff. Alright. With that, let's switch over. Oh, my bad. Let's see. Who's on? A lot of people playing Honkai Star Rail. Here's someone we've raided before. I don't remember her well, but we definitely haven't raided her in a hot minute. Looks like she's trying to finish Lantern right, which is so good, so we can stop in on her. All right, so let's see. Plans with stream. I don't know. Definitely I'll be here Tuesday. Gotta do more of my Resident Evil run, which I've been doing very well on my first attempt here with Resident Evil 3. So fingers crossed I can keep that up. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. It's probably gonna be pretty quiet from me until the Genshin patch, to be very real. Unless y'all want to see other games from me. Is like, I don't know, Genshin's at that slow point for me right now. Like I said, with like all those quests that I have lined up, I don't know. Maybe I will just chunk through them on stream. Who knows? Maybe I'll do something fun with my birthday and I'll save all of the quests and do all of them on my birthday. That's a joke. But my birthday is on a Saturday this year. Anyway. Yeah, so Tuesday for sure. Anything and everything else is who knows? Who knows? Let's do our closing affirmation card. And then Mama Kitty is who will raid today. I don't remember her well, but I know we've raided her before and she was really nice. On my screen, his Genshin's down now, is this meme my friend sent me and it's awful. Okay. Alright, our closing affirmation card is don't take it personally. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yes, that's probably it. Don't take it personally. Alright, y'all. Thanks for strip ticker. Thanks, Barney! Thank you all for being here. Dang. Hi, Scenics. Over already? You know, we are where we are. Actually, isn't there like supposed to be a cooking event in Genshin soon? I don't know when that's coming out. 9-hour stream? Yeah, right. In 9 hours, I will be at work. Wait, is that right? Oh no, but I'll be getting up for work. I almost typed Pokecatch, which is not what I was trying to type. 808 Scenics. Who needs sleep? I do. I need sleep. I don't know about y'all, but I need sleep. So weird. But yeah. Thank you all for being here. Sorry, it's the slow content time in Genshin. So I'm glad we had a good lantern right, but we'll see when they do. We'll see when they do the next Genshin live stream. I feel like it should be this week, so we'll have that to look forward to. Might do a bit more Archon quest. Yes, Scenics, get on it. Have a great night. You too. Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Good night, good night, good night. I will see you all soon.